asking a little bit too much, isn't it?
So the growth hormone, what is it that the pharmaceutical companies are afraid of? I believe they make it, but I have a feeling they're afraid if people start to use it. Let's say 9 out of 10 people start to use it once they're at a certain age, okay? Let's say this became modernized and it became common knowledge, like, oh, Fountain of Youth, this is what we do,
Yeah.
okay?
It should.
It should.
Will be.
But let's say that it gets to that point. Who is threatened by it getting to that point?
Who is threatened?
Who's threatened? Is it the pharmaceutical companies who are threatened? Who's threatened?
Yes.
Why?
Pharmaceutical companies and the physicians are, both. Because of those users, okay, some will abuse. We know that. That's human nature. Some is good, more is better. Of 1 million people, let's say we're in the year of 30-10, all right? Now, 1 million people that are using growth hormone, there will be 100 that's abusing it. Abuse meaning more the better. Let's shoot up a lot. Either because they want to beat somebody in some sports or something. Understand?
Yeah.
And in overdosing, there will be side effects. Like I said about water and food, there will be side effects. And the side effects will lead to government's notice, attention.
Talk about the upside. If this becomes modernized and it leaves the obscurity of thought, what else does human growth hormone produce that manifests itself as health and wellness that the pharmaceutical companies may be concerned about?
There's no concern. They have no concern about giving people health other than as people get healthy, their drugs sales drop through the roof. They wouldn't want that to happen. They want diseases to continue, and much more so than doctors. People say doctors keep patients sick in order to come back, and that's so true. I would say, doctors who put people on Lipitor and have them come back every 6 months to measure their liver enzyme is keeping the patient sick and keeping the income coming. But that aside, pharmaceutical companies do that absolutely because they sell drugs, and if people are healthy, they don't take drugs. So they would not. It would not be an interest to them to sell the growth hormone. But right now, they're making billions a year. Eli Lilly alone last year is $275 million on the sales of their brand of the growth hormone, and there are 8 U.S. companies now making growth hormone. By the way, there are 8. Let's Edmund Chein be the 12th. How's that? No, I'm just joking. But there are 8 companies. The patent is out. Everybody can make it. You and I can make it. Set up a company, make it. But they're selling in millions and millions and millions. And demand is very, very, very big and never ending. So there's the one reason is they don't want to see the disease go away. Therefore, drug sales drop. Another thing is that FDA sees the side effects and will come to say, who did you sell your drugs the black market? Let's check you. Let's check to see if you sold it to physicians only. And in fact, physicians who prescribe growth hormone get searched periodically by DEA, and you probably read that in Florida. 2-3 clinics, 2-3 doctors get searched, and that's exactly why the government comes in and want to see, okay, you bought 2 million units. Who did you give to? Names, addresses, phone numbers. Let's see if you sold it illegally backdoor to some athletes or not. So these are the legal things that pharmaceutical companies and doctors doing this field are worried about. I got searched, many times. Okay, and everybody knows that it's in the newspaper. I got searched by the DEA, the FDA, and House, both offices in House, And luckily, I don't have child porn or modern websites on them, and I'm okay. Had I been, I've been arrested for those charges. So people don't like to do this field, or pharmaceutical companies don't like to get involved with growth hormone when the government is so much against it.
How come you're so courageous, though? Because this is obviously, you've been at the forefront of this for a long time. Why are you staying in this and so clear, and you're not wavering with it? Why?
First, was I had to thank my mom for it. When I was in my younger days, my mom says, "Your temper and your character is so unique, and you're such a fighter. You better first go to law school and learn all the laws areas, so because I can see you before 30 and I'm in jail. the way you like to fight government." So that's why I went to law school. Actually, listening to my mom's advice. And so as a result, I know before I do something, I study the law in everything I do. And when I challenge the government, I have to be clean as it comes in. And so therefore, no Bin Laden sites, no child porn, no nothing, no marijuana in my house. And I expect my house to be searched and my office to be searched any moment. And that's why they couldn't get me. There's nothing to get because I'm prepared. I'm prepared to fight them, and I have to be clean in order to win. And the court will not help anyone to come in with, they call it dirty hands. If you have dirty hands, even though it's not dirty in the same issue or the same law, the court will not help you. And that's why I'm lucky, and I survived the DEA fight, I survived the DA fight, I survived the district attorney fight,
Wow. Do you ever have patients that travel a lot and have to travel with growth hormone? And now what are they going to do with TSA?
No problem at all, because every vial growth hormone that I give you, the patient, has my name and my address and my license number on top, and it is a medication. It is a medication ordered. It's a doctor's order. You are ordered by me to take it. All right? So when you're faced with TSA, by the way, you just don't want to avoid hassle. You just put it in the luggage rather than in the hand carry-on. But even if you can't carry on, you just say, this is just like insulin. Don't ask me why I take it. I was ordered to take it. You want to arrest Dr. Chein. All right, not me, because I'm just taking his order to take this stuff. I don't even know what this stuff is. Okay?
I got you. Well, I had to ask that because now there's a whole new TSA procedure to do ionizing radiation through people's bodies. What do you think of that?
I think it's good. I think it's good because it really shows everything. And they say it's invasion of privacy, and I try to see the private parts. And as a doctor, I can't even see the private parts very clearly. So how is it going to be invasion very much? I don't think so. It's just an image.
How about radiating your body?
That's totally bad because it's harmful to us.
That's the part I'm upset about. It's the constant radiation hits on the body.
No, that is absolutely against law to harm us to go through the airport. So when I go through it 2,000 times, I'll reach my radiation dose max, and I'm going to get leukemia. And how is that fair to me? At all. So that I'm against.
So are you going to allow yourself to be searched personally rather than go through the machine? I think you have an option, but I'm concerned we may lose our option. Do you know what I mean?
So it would depend on the technology that they use to search me. If the technology is non-harmful, I will be willing to sacrifice my privacy for security and safety. But if it harms me, no.
Well, I think things are about to change regarding that. So back to your practice. You practice also in China?
I'm a consultant here, and many hospitals and doctors are asking me to help them to establish such a practice. We call it telomerase activating practice now. So how to activate the telomerase.
Are you in Beijing?
Well, I'm in Hong Kong.
You're in Hong Kong. Your country has been known for longevity and health and acupuncture and the Tao and Qi and all of this energetics. I would imagine that on a cultural level, don't you take herbs? And the founder of Sunrider is from China.
Right.
You've heard of Sunrider, right?
Yes.
So what do you feel and think about herbs?
Let me just, before I go into comment on herbs, let me just go back to the first issue that you address is the appearance that Chinese people have longevity, and it's not true. The U.S. longevity right now goes at 80s for female, 80s for males and 90s for female. Japan is closing at 99 now for